Hello, the cemetery of Père Lachaise in the centre of Paris has undergone a radical transformation recently. It's a huge cemetery where there are about 1.3 million graves, some of them quite well-known people, Proust, Molière, Chopin, Edith Piaf, Neil Morrison, a long list of people whose graves are often visited by tourists. But in 2011, the attitude of the people running the cemetery completely changed. Previously, they'd insisted that everything should be kept completely weed-free. Masses of pesticide was used to keep the weeds down. Any animal life was discouraged. Nothing must be out of place. And then in 2011, the decision was made to rewild the cemetery, and now it is a nature reserve full of plants of all sorts of different varieties and colours, orchids, cyclamen, birds. Over 100 species of birds have been spotted there, robins, parakeets, warblers, all sorts of things. And now the tourists come not just to visit famous graves, but to just enjoy the wonderful nature of the cemetery. I think this is great because I think that though death is serious, though it can be tragic, though it can be deeply upsetting, and the effects of grief can stay with us for a long time, my experience is that the majority of people these days, when they come to a funeral, they want to celebrate. They want it to be a celebration of the life of the person who's lived. And more, I think there's a sense, for Christian people, clearly, the assumption is that the deceased will have gone into a new life, which is a life of joy and peace. But for many people whose Christian faith is very, very basic, perhaps very, should one say, that I take funerals for, they want the kind of poetry read out which implies that the deceased person is still around them in the world of nature, around them in the beauties of the world that they experience in their gardens and in the countryside. And so there is this sense that death has become something which leads into a new kind of life, a life which we associate with the beauty of the world around us. In the old days, of course, people believed in angels. I think perhaps some still do. The idea that those who have died are around us, able to guide and help us in angelic ways. I think another way of thinking about it is to think that the people who have died, that we've loved, are around us in the wonders of the natural world. And I think that the way in which the cemetery of Père Lachaise has been transformed speaks not only of a great vision on the part of those who own it, but also of a real truth about what death can mean to us.